Let's say you're conducting a penetration test and you come across a token that you don't recognize. We're going to use this token as an example. Now, it's not a great example because if you have much experience, you'll recognize that that is in fact a JWT, or at very least, you should know that it is, a base 64 encoded JSON object. Nevertheless, let's pretend that this is some unknown token and we want to figure out what it is. There are many ways to do so. But one approach that you could try is using one of the available tools that attempts to identify data automatically. Now, full disclaimer, I've actually never had, I think, a single success with a tool like this where it's been able to identify data that I didn't already know what it was, or couldn't figure it out otherwise. It's never helped me on a test, but I'm still holding out for a situation where I see some type of token, I don't recognize it, and maybe one of these tools will come to the rescue and identify it for me. There are a couple of tools that I'm aware of. One is called Aries, formerly Syfy, that I think is more geared towards crypto type data. And the one that we're going to look at instead is called PyWhat. It's quite simple. All I'm going to do is copy this token right here, and then I'm going to type in PyWhat, and actually you'll see that I've already run this to make sure that it does in fact work. It's as simple as passing it our data, and there we go. It has run its tests and come up with a number of possibilities for what this data could be. And obviously a large number of these are false positives, right? It has within its database a number of different tokens which do not apply in this situation, but nevertheless, it matches in our case for some of these based on whatever its criteria are. But if you scroll down to the bottom of the results here, it did in fact at least correctly identify our token as a JWT, but it may be confusing if you use it in some other situation and you see a number of false positives, and it might lead you down the wrong path. So certainly do be aware of that tools like these tend to be prone to both false positives and, of course, false negatives, not being able to identify anything at all. So you're really going to have to dig deeper to truly identify, what your data is that you're looking at.